Hey guys, Stay-Patient here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the trophies and achievements from Porject Cars. Now this video in particular is going to be focusing on the online trophies and looking at a way that you can very easily and quickly boost them with friends if you wish to. Now if you look at the list of trophies on any of the websites, you'll notice that each icon is color coded and there are 6 orange trophies, and of course they refer to this online mode in the game, which is orange here as well. So just to quickly go through the requirements for these trophies, you have to complete 25 races, be on the podium 50 times, win 3 in a row without crashing, complete 3 races where 50% of the people in the race don't crash, set a pole position in qualifying, and then the final one is I am the 5%. Now this one requires a bit more explanation. The trophy involves winning an online public race using pro handling, manual gears, no driving aids, and from cockpit view. Now, the reason this needs a bit more explanation is because it's kind of not exactly glitched, but there was a bit of an oversight on the part of the developers on this, and it may well have been patched by the time you watch this video, so if it has been, then ignore this section. But basically, when you start up the game for the very first time, you have to choose your handling setting. So you choose between novice, another one in the middle, a medium setting, I forget exactly what it's called, and then the hardest one is pro handling. Now, although you can change all the individual settings in the game, such as your assists and your ABS and traction control and all that kind of stuff, you can't actually change your basic handling model, even though you can make your handling as if it were the pro handling setting. It still doesn't count as pro handling if you didn't choose it at the beginning. So basically, if you've not played the game yet and you're just starting it, make sure you choose pro handling at the beginning, get this one trophy, which is I am the 5%. Once you've done it, if you want to change your handling setting and you want it to be easier, you can just delete your save file and start again and choose it again from the beginning. But if you have already started the game, obviously what you can do is upload your save file to the cloud, whether it's PS Plus or on Xbox Live, I'm not sure what they call it, but upload your save file so it's nice and safe to return to later. Then you can delete it from your console and start the game again and choose pro handling, get this trophy, and then download your save file again from the cloud. So that's just a little side note, because a lot of people said that they've been struggling to get this trophy, and that's the reason why, basically. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at how to set up a lobby where you can play with friends, because I didn't read the entire description for each trophy, I was just kind of summarizing them, but every single one of them, apart from I think one, basically all of them state that they have to be earned in public races. Now, of course, that's what made me think that this game was going to be a bit tough, because obviously when you're playing with playing in public races, you're generally playing with a bunch of random people. So if you're trying to win 3 races in a row without crashing, or win with manual gears and all that kind of stuff, then it could be quite tricky, because everyone else just likes to smash into you. We've all experienced it. It's very rare that you get a lobby that's full of people who are genuinely there to race and do their best to avoid one another. But the great news is, all you need to do is change some settings, and you can basically make a public lobby behave as if it's a private one. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the create mode under the online setting here, and we're going to go to the settings on the top right. Now, of course, you can choose whichever lap and whichever car you like. Basically, one thing to take note of is there are a couple of trophies for completing a certain number of races in your favourite location and in your favourite vehicle. And of course, these will probably come naturally as you play through the campaign and other parts of the game. But if you wanted to get those trophies out of the way nice and quickly and early, then you could combine them with the online trophies by going to your network profile here and seeing which car and which location is your favorite currently, depending on how much time you've spent in each one. And then you could choose that car and that location for your online trophies as well, just to add to your total. But we won't be fussing too much with that. I've chosen Brands Hatch Indy because it's a nice short track, but it's still quite fun to drive. Then you come to your settings here, and you want to have it set to public, of course, but then from there you can choose how many people you want in the race. So here under maximum grid size, if it's you and a friend, all you need to do is choose 2, and that means that it's only you and him in the race. And as soon as both of you are in the lobby, that stops anyone else from joining, which is awesome. Obviously you want, if you're trying to get this out of the way quickly, you have it set to 1 lap per race. And you would have obviously 1 human opponent, which you can't actually change because there's only 2 of you, so there has to be 1 other human. And then we can scroll down and you can choose, cars. All these settings don't really matter. The one setting that does matter for the one trophy, which involves being on pole position, is of course the qualifying. So for one of the races, you want to set qualifying to 5 minutes and have one of you complete 1 lap, get the qualifying time in, the other person can just stay in the pit, and then you can fast forward the time or whatever you wish to do, wait for it to run out, and one of you will get that trophy. Whoever did the lap will be on pole position and get that trophy out the way. Then obviously the next race you want to swap roles, get your friend to get the trophy, and then after that you can come back into the settings and turn the qualifying off. So that's one thing to take note of. That's how you turn the qualifying on and off. What you want to do as well, especially for the I am the 5% trophy, scroll across using R1 or the right bumper, and here you've got the settings that relate to that trophy basically. So we need to force interior view, we need that on yes, because you need to be doing the race from the cockpit view and you don't want to have to change it once you're in the race because it might not count. You want to force manual gears, so of course that's another requirement for the trophy. You want to force the realistic driving aids. Now that means that both of you will have ABS, stability control, traction control turned off. Although it says yes under those locked settings, let's just look actually, I'm not sure how this necessarily works. Maybe you need to set them to no, I do apologise. I think locking them keeps them off basically. But just in case you want to make sure, then maybe set them to no before you lock them, because as it says force realistic driving aids, I can only assume that that means it turns all of them off. But if you want to turn them to no before you lock them, then that's fine, just to be sure. And then all of these other settings don't really matter. So for that trophy, if I read the description again, I am the 5%, won an online public race using pro handling, manual gears and no driving aids from cockpit view. So we've got manual gears here, we've got no driving aids, and we've got the cockpit view. The only thing left is the pro handling, which, as I explained before, you need to choose at the start of the game, so that might involve uploading your save and restarting if you need to. But there you have it, guys. Of course you would want to come back into these settings after you've got that first I am the 5%, and also you've got the pole position related trophy for qualifying. You could then reset up the lobby, and from there you're basically going to be wanting to win 3 races in a row without crashing. That will unlock that one trophy, and also the other one for completing 3 races with 50% of the people avoiding crashes. And then from there, literally you've just got to work on the 50 podium finishes. But because there's only 2 of you, both of you will automatically be on the podium every single race no matter what happens. So it's literally just a case of restarting the race over and over and doing 50 races, and by then you will have all the online trophies done and dusted. So once we've done these settings, I will just show you where it takes us. Once we've chosen the track and the car we want, you just click on create. And now from here, you would want to make sure to get your friend into the lobby nice and quickly. So either you can invite him by pressing triangle or Y, and then invite him as you would in any other game. Or the ideal thing to do, especially during busy times, because someone else might join your lobby straight away, what you want to do is have your friend go to his cross media bar and find you on his friends list, and then click on you and go to where it says game session, and it will say what game session you are currently in. And as soon as you've clicked create on this lobby, just let him know via the headset. I'm guessing you'll be chatting to him on the headset, and as soon as you've pressed create, he can then click on join game session and he'll be in your lobby. And once he's in, he's in. There's no you know, there's no worries about anyone else joining. You've got a nice quiet lobby, just 2 of you, no AI drivers, and you can just bang these trophies out in literally about an hour. So there you have it, guys. Those trophies, for some of you may be thinking that they look quite tricky and it might have held you off from buying the game, but this game is actually one of the easiest trophy sets on PS4. I think the only one that's going to be a bit, not necessarily tougher, but sort of harder to get for other reasons, is that 24-hour race trophy. But you can set AI drivers to do some of the driving for you, so that should be a bit easier as well. But there you go. I hope that's been helpful, guys. I'm sorry if I've sort of rambled on a bit, but hopefully it's explained it in a nice, succinct fashion for you, and you can all go out and join up with someone, get these trophies out the way nice and easily. If you are struggling to find someone to play with, I do recommend going to the PlayStationTrophies.org website. Many of you watching this will already be using that site, but you can go to the forum and there will be a boosting thread for every game, and you can just find someone via that. But in the meantime, guys, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Pardon me. And I will catch you all in the next video. Bye for now, guys. Cheers.